Hello ratbags, it's Jade PlaySGames. Welcome back to another ARK Survival Evolved tutorial video. Today we're looking at the brand new tech tier building pieces and also the shield generator for tech tier. It's just been released. I'm going to show you guys what I think is the best way, particularly for PlayStation. On Xbox you can copy and paste all the codes to get all the stuff, especially the building materials, and they're really long codes guys, they're not the short ones. But on PlayStation you can't really copy and paste the stuff. You can plug a USB keyboard in and apparently that works, but if you haven't got that it's just going to take a really long time. So I'm going to show you what I think is the quickest and best way if you're on PlayStation, and it's still a really good way for Xbox as well. So first thing you need to do is to unlock the engrams. Put in the code giveengrams, and as you can see it'll unlock every single engram. Now you can do it individually, and in the past I've shown you how to do it individually in my last tutorials for the tech tier, but obviously it's quite a long process doing them codes. So just type in giveengrams, it'll unlock every single engram, and then you can actually use any tech tier items. If you don't do that you won't be able to actually use the tech tier. So once you've done that code, go into the replicator crafting bench. Obviously if you haven't got replicator already, I'm going to leave the code for it in the description down below and you can type it in yourself. Go to the text section and it'll open up every single engram that you can now craft and build. For this you're probably going to need 4 or 5 main elements. Obviously you need the element itself, and I'm going to show you the exact code for element and I'm going to type it in for you guys. But once you've got the element code, that's pretty much all you need for the long codes. You can just use shorter codes for things like the polymer, metal ingots, cementing paste and crystal. They're the main ones that you're going to need for all the tech building stuff. Every single tech building item requires one piece of element, so you are going to need a lot of element. As you can see I've got a fair amount of element already in there, but I'm going to show you how to spawn in all the basic stuff as well. Give you the quickest and easiest way on PlayStation, and it is probably the quickest way on Xbox, because even if you copy and paste all the commands, the long commands, you're still going to need to keep topping it up unless you put it in like hundreds of chests. So the first one I'm going to look at is cementing paste. That's one of the key ones you're going to need a lot of, and the code for it is give item number, leave a space, then type in 146, leave a space, type in 100, that's how many you want. Obviously leave a space, type in 1, leave a space, type in 0. Now if you're using the wiki, previously on Xbox and PlayStation some of the actual codes were off by 1. So on PC it would be 146, but on Xbox or PlayStation it might be 145. They've corrected it now, so all the codes are exactly the same on PC and Xbox and PS4. And you can see here I'm just adding hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, even thousands of cementing paste, which we're going to need loads of it. So I'm just getting as much as we can. I'm going to pop it all in a chest. Now if you've left the code in there previously, just tap the left or right button and then just type in the brand new code for crystal, which is 78. And again we're going to add thousands and thousands of crystal ready for when we need it. And there you go, got loads and loads. Going to pop that in the chest. And now we're going to get the next one. The code for polymer is 166, and again I'm going to get loads and loads of this stuff so we don't have to keep getting more, although I think I ended up running out of polymer by the time I've actually finished this tutorial. And that is it, we've got all the polymer. Next up is the metal ingots, and metal ingots is 74. Put that 74 in, and again we're going to get loads and loads of these. So that is pretty much all of it. Now we just need to show you the code, how to get all the element. So the code for element is give item, leave a space, speech marks or quotation marks, then type in blueprint, then you want inverted comma. Now if you don't know where the inverted comma is, it should be just above the question mark sign. Then /game /PrimalEarth /CoreBlueprints /resources /primal item resource. Then you need to put underscore, then element, and there is a tiny little full stop, you can see it there just after element. Then you need to type in primal item resource. So it is a very long code guys, but you've got to do it this way. Then underscore, then element, then underscore, then C. then you must make sure, this is where people get it wrong a lot of the time. Then after the C, you need to put inverted comma again, that one above the question mark. Then you want speech marks or quotation marks. Then leave a space, type in 1, leave a space, type in 0, leave a space, type in 0. Now the 1 is actually the amount. Now I've put 100 there, but you can't actually spawn in 100. You can only spawn in a maximum of 10 at once. So you can go ahead and put 100, but as you'll see here, it's only going to give me 10 at a time. Next top tip as well, sometimes if it freezes, go to the home screen, exactly the same thing on PlayStation, just press the home button and then it will unfreeze, and you can see I'm adding 10 at a time of the element now. I'm going to add as much element as I can. Then I'm going to add all that element and all the other resources that I've got into the replicator. The replicator can hold up to 600 items, so there's plenty of space, there should be. Click on tech and you can see I can now make all the items. The only two I haven't made enough of is the polymer, because I've not put the polymer in yet. And there you go, I just went back and got some polymer and put it all in so we can make quite a lot of these pieces. It will run out, so that's why I think this is the best way, so you don't have to keep trying to put in them long codes if you run out. As long as you've got the replicator, you can make as much as you want simply by just putting the codes in for crystal, polymer, cement and paste, metal ingots, etc, etc. The downside to this way though is you're going to still have to wait for the items to craft, and they do take a while. So while you're doing that, I guess you should go and sort out some other things, maybe use the codes to get more resources, and then come back, and hopefully by the time you've come back, the replicator would have made all the things that you've been crafting. Remember, the replicator needs element to turn it on as well, so you need some element in the replicator just to turn it on and actually craft the items. Next up, I'm going to show you guys how to actually get the shield generator or the force field. So give item, leave a space, question marks or speech marks, blueprint, inverted comma again, then you want /game, /PrimalEarth, /CoreBlueprints, /items, /structures, /Misc, /primal item structure. Then again you've got to put in the underscore, then type in tech shield, and then you need to leave a full stop. Make sure you put that full stop in. It's really hard and really hard, not really hard, it's really easy to miss it, and if you miss it you'll muck up the rest of the code. Then put in primal item structure underscore tech shield again, then again you need that inverted comma just above the question mark, speech marks or quotation marks, and leave a space. After that, type in how many you want. I think I've put in 10 here, so we're going to spawn in 10 at a time. But again, you can spawn in, I think, as many as you want. It's only the element, I do believe, you can only spawn 10 in at once. Then leave a space, type in 0, leave a space, type in 0, and there you go. I can see you can do the tech force fields. So I'm just placing them down there just to show you guys how it goes. When you've got some and you've placed it down, obviously you need element to power it as well. Activate it. When you come out of there, it's going to take 5 minutes for it to activate. What you can do is increase the range or make it bigger. So if you hold the triangle button or the yellow button, the Y button, you can increase the barrier distance. Muck around with it, but each time you do it, it does take a few minutes, I do believe, to reset. Or if you turn it off, I do believe it takes another 5 minutes to come back on. I'm going to put another one. We're trying to see how close we can get them. You can't get them too close. I was thinking maybe you could have like multiple shields like right next to each other. You can get them nearly close to each other, but not touching, I don't believe. But this is as close as we got it, just about here. And there we go. And then I'm going to activate this one too. Put again some more element in it. Activate barrier. And it should take 5 minutes, and that is it. We've just got to wait 5 minutes for it to work. So while waiting, we're just going to recap. The only two long codes you're going to need to really put in are the replicator code and then the element code. After that, you can build all the things you want to build with it, as long as you've unlocked the engrams. It is the quickest and easiest way if you can't copy and paste the commands. If you can copy and paste the commands, then obviously you can put in whenever you want, especially for the building materials. You can do it as you play, but if you're trying to build a tech base, you're probably going to need to make loads and loads and loads and loads of it and pop it in a chest. That's what I plan to do. I'm going to be doing some big building with tech here. I've never really done some building episodes. I've done a couple for my base, etc., but I really fancy building something really crazy and a bit big and a bit special. So I'm going to do it with the tech tier. I wasn't in love with tech tier but it is growing on me a little bit, especially the ForceField and obviously the way the doors work and the dino gates work. And you can see this is as close as you can get the two shields. It's growing a little bit bigger. If you go and check out my little short video, me and my little boy were playing split screen and we showed you how to play Pong using two shields. Someone had a good idea for putting fence posts in and you can literally just stay on it forever. So there you go, that is it. That is how to get the tech shield and what in my opinion is the best way to get the building materials. Obviously if you're not doing it like this and you're doing it legitimate on an official server, there are lots and lots of materials spread out over the bosses. I'm going to leave a link down below that will tell you exactly what the bosses are, or I might even just write a description how you can get each individual piece. But to be honest, if you're doing it officially, I'm sure you know what pieces you're going to go for and what bosses will give you what pieces. I'm Jade PlaySGames. This has been a quick tutorial showing you guys how to get some of the tech tier building materials. I'll be back for more guides, more tutorials and let's plays very soon. Bye bye!